Hey guys, welcome to the Two Dogs Podcast. I'm Dr. Inky.
Dr. Ali here. Welcome podcast. Two doctors talk about just about anything, everything. Today, it's his turn.
Yes. So, I want to ask you a question.
Right.
All right. We understand that positivity and negativity has a lot of effects on our physical well-being and on our mental well-being. All right. But I want to ask you a question.
All right.
Which is more important? More positive thinking or less negative thinking?
More positive thinking
Or less
or
negative
less
thinking?
negative
Which
thinking?
has
Which will I choose?
Which has a better impact? All right, better outcome on your physical and your mental health.
Less
More
negativity.
positive or less negative?
For me, it's less negativity.
And you are totally right. Now, a lot of people always think that more positivity is important, and you need more positivity in life.
Right.
And we've heard it a lot of times when someone's down or someone's depressed. You know, we always say, "Hey, you know what? You perk up, lah. You know, you
stay positive.
Yeah, stay positive. You do something positive. All right,
Except during COVID lah.
think positively." So there is some merits into it. All right, and however, there is actually a study done. All right, in 2021. Well, it's not a study. There was a meta-analysis. All right, of 61 studies being done throughout human history, which is like basically over the past 100 years or so. And this 61 meta studies, right, actually covered about 220,000 participants.
All right.
And they all came to a very stunning conclusion, which is less negativity is better than more positivity. So it only means one thing. That means that in order to be happier, all right, you do not need to go and learn new things. You do not need to go and search for positivity. You just need to cut back the negativity. Yeah. All right. And more a lot of times, right, the negativity comes from within. Right, comes from within a person.
Right.
That's why anxiety happens. That's why depression happens.
Okay.
Right. That's why some people feel drained when they are in particular situations. So it's because of that. Now, then, very importantly, whenever you go to, let's say, you talk to your friends, all right, they will usually try and inject some sort of positivity.
Okay.
Which most of the time, right, yes, it might help for a short period of time. But it does not help you in the long run, because as long as the negativity is still there,
Yes.
all right, no matter
The
how much
problem hasn't been solved.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
No matter how much positivity you add into your life, you will never get rid of it. All right,
I agree.
The moment you have something negative there, right, you will constantly weigh you down.
I agree.
And because of that, you need to get rid of the negativity. All right, I give a very simple example. If there's someone, all right, who loves to eat fast food every day, and he wants to get healthy, the first thing he should not do is go to the gym. The first thing you should do is just cut down the amount of fast food.
Correct.
Right. Same thing with negativity. If you're a negative person or you have a lot of negative things around in your life, right, the first thing you should do is not go
Find more positive things to do, right?
Yes. Don't go seek for more positive things to do. Just cut back on the negative stuff. And how do you know that negativity is bringing you down? You have to do a self-audit on yourself.
Okay.
It means that, yeah.
Is there a method for self-audit of
Yes,
negativity?
actually there is. A lot, very, very simple one. You just put yourself in a very simple situation. Get someone to tell you about their day.
All right.
Or get someone to tell you about a particular thing. Or show you an art piece or something like that.
And your response to it.
Your first thing that pops in your mind, right? If the first thing that pops in your mind is, oh my God, this is ugly. Or, oh my God, this is horrible, right? That means you are actually a negative person.
Okay.
If the first thing that pops in your mind is, hey, this is actually something nice. I'm happy for you. But, all right, I think that there are things to improve.
Is that positive or negative?
No, that's actually positive.
Okay.
So,
but there's a but.
yes, but there's a but, all right? But the but comes later, right?
Can you say but?
But the but comes later. But the but comes later.
All right.
So there is a difference between constructive criticism and being negative.
All right.
Constructive criticism means that you
Acknowledge.
you
You
acknowledge
like
that
it.
what is the positive stuff, and then you want to give a little bit of opinion on how to make it even better.
All right.
But someone who's negative just wants to criticize.
Okay.
Very simple. Basically, if you have a friend, right, or even yourself, right, who is really overly critical on everything, right? They always complain, right? They always don't like stuff. They're always criticizing people. These are very negative people. And more often than not, negativity comes from a few reasons. One of the main reason is maybe you grew up in a very negative family. Right, your household, right, the language they use were negative, and you just absorb it over time, and you grew up around it.
Okay, I'm going to cut you a little bit, and I'm going to ask you a question back also. So coming back to the whole, did a painting, show a friend, and you judge whether it's positive or negative. Now, which would you rather have? Someone who, there's only two options left, right?
Yeah.
One, negative. No. Inky, is that the best you can do? And then the other one, right, is toxic positivity. Goes overboard with the positivity. Walao, best picture ever. I could never do this in my life. You're borderline Picasso.
If I have a choice, then I would definitely choose the person who's overly positive.
Oh, really? You still
yes,
pick that?
I would choose to hang out with that person more than the person who's just negative.
Right. So,
right? Because people.
So you manage the
I can manage the positivity. So basically, it's like whenever I'm feeling down and I want someone to pick me up, I'll just meet up with this person.
That's a use for this.
Yeah. So I rather hang out with someone who's overly positive.
So if you want some positive bullshit,
yes, correct.
It's okay. Never mind. There's still good use for it.
Yeah, there's still a very good use for it. Now, if you're not sure whether, if you know someone who is overly negative, right, then I would say if you're a good friend, right, or a good family member, you should confront the person, right? Tell them, hey, you know what, you're overly negative. The reason why is this: if someone is very negative, all right, it actually impacts their physical health and their mental health. They are at high risk of developing heart problems, high risk of developing hypertension, high risk of developing diabetes. And at the same time, it affects their mental health, right? So they might have underlying anxiety, underlying depression. So by going in early, right, and helping them, you're actually minimizing all the health issues. All the health issues.
Preventive health issues.
Yes, correct. But of course, it's difficult to help
change
someone
overnight if they have no insight.
If it's difficult to change someone if they do not know that's the problem with them.
Now, being someone who's, let's say, we label them as negative.
Yeah.
However, that is their way of life.
Yeah.
How difficult or how are the methods that we should go about if there is any such thing?
Right. So,
how would you manage someone who's like, or not toxic? It's always in the negative sphere.
Correct. If someone who's always in the negative sphere is, first of all, get them to see that they're always in the negative sphere, and get them to see that this is not good for them. All right. If you're a good friend, you're a good family member, you should intervene. You should go in, take them out for a nice cup of coffee, and tell them in the face. Because if you're really such a good friend, or it's really such a good family member,
they
really
deserve
close,
to hear from you.
Yeah, they deserve nothing but the truth from you, because you are really willing to help them. But of course, there is a risk. The risk is, they
might get offended.
They'll get offended. You blow in the face. Yes, correct, and you might lose them as a friend. But
on the positive side is, you are getting rid of negativity.
Yes,
too.
exactly. Because
so you have nothing to lose.
Exactly, because the other way is avoiding them altogether. Right.
So you must have put it on the line and say, hey, this is you. We would like to see how we can make everything less negative.
Yes, correct.
And if they move away, they're also less negative in your life.
Yeah, that's right. However, right, if you think that you might potentially be negative,
the negative guy.
So what you should do is you should call a friend
who
positive. Is really close to you.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether they're positive or not. Call a friend who's really close to you. All right, call the person at midnight. All right,
midnight.
Yeah, call the person at midnight. Because a lot of times,
only close friends will
number one will pick up your phone, and number two, when they are tired, right, they do not filter they don't filter the words anymore. They'll give it to you straight because
for Inky it's not midnight. He sleeps at 10.
No, I sleep at 10. So you call me at 11, I'm pissed off already. So anyway, you call them up, right? You ask them, hey, am I negative? All right, and if the answer is yes, then you know that there's something that you need to change. So here are the methods to actually change.
All right.
Yeah, first of all, all right, you have to do regular self audits on yourself.
Okay.
Right? Regular self audits. Hey, I just commented on certain things. Can I do better and not comment on it? All right. So because sometimes, right, hurtful comments or hurtful remarks from you can actually damage your relationship with someone, can actually ruin a good atmosphere.
Yep.
So sometimes by not saying a word, sometimes is actually great for everyone. It means that unless
If you've got nothing good to say, don't say anything.
Yeah,
That kind of
exactly.
principle.
Unless your opinion was asked for, say, hey, what is your opinion on this? Right. If let's
And
say,
then you've been given permission to say whatever you want to say.
Correct. But if let's say you are not given the permission, or it was just a very general thing, like, hey, everyone,
What do you think
about this?
Yeah.
You don't have to actually say anything. You can just keep quiet. Just keep it to yourself. All right. That's number one. Number two, you can think of ways on how to sandwich. Right, your comments.
We've done that before. We've spoken about
we've spoken on sandwich method. Usually it's
feedback thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a way of giving good feedback or constructive criticism. So the difference between being negative and constructive criticism is you layer it with a positive thing first.
Yes.
Right. You give something positive, then you
lay out
then you lay out the truth, and then you give something positive again. Right.
Despite all this, we are still friends.
Yeah. Despite this, correct. Right. Now, the third thing that I think that if let's say, right, you really need help and you've tried different things and it doesn't work, is probably get professional help. Right? Go
true.
talk to. You don't have to talk to psychiatrists. You can
Counselors.
just talk counselors. Talk to psychologists.
Yep.
Even just talk to friends. Right? There are some friends who are very good listeners.
That's
and
true.
just talk to them. Right? Talk to them and ask for help.
Yep.
Because I think the number one way of really changing yourself is
To get perspective.
Is to understand that, hey, this is something wrong with me, and or I need to fix this, and then ask for help. So that's the best way. So remember, more positivity isn't a great thing. Less negativity is better. All right.
Better.
So if you're looking to have a healthier life, cut off as many negative stuff from your life as possible. Negative people, right? Negative habits, right? Cut that off instead of going for more positive stuff.
Yeah, because it also saves you a lot of time.
Yeah, it saves you time.
Yeah.
It's easier to cut off negative things than to add on positive
Correct.
habits.
To add on positive things actually adds on burden of time.
Yeah. It is.
It's a huge thing.
Correct.
Okay, but topic on its own. Hope you guys found this episode useful. Be less negative,
Yes.
rather than chase for more positivity.
Correct.
That's the message for today. Till then, we'll be back next week on the Two Dogs Podcast. Dr. Ali here.
Yeah. Dr. Inky, have a good weekend.